Hello everyone, I'm Karuna Babbar. Welcome to my KPython series on YouTube. Now starting with Python. Python is an open source general purpose programming language. It is an interpreted one and it is very simple and easy to use. Nowadays Python is popular among big giants also like Facebook, Google, Twitter, Insta, every big giant is using Python for one of the application or the other. Now, to install Python, it's also very easy. As you can see on my screen, on Python by just simply installing Python, but I recommend you to install Anaconda, which gives you the privilege of not only Python but all the associated libraries linked with it, right? So as you can see on my screen, I have opened a link. Just Google Anaconda. See here, Anaconda installation, right? Anaconda installation. You need to type this only, right? Thereafter, you will be getting Anaconda documentation. In this documentation, each and every aspect has been covered for all the platforms like installing Anaconda on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Linux Power. Everything is provided. Very simple commands are there. And then when you open installing on Windows, you will get another set of options here like Anaconda installer will be there, then recommendations will be there, then few of the other options will be provided in this particular page. And similarly, if you want to install it on Linux, then again in Linux also, if you are working in Debian, Red Hat, OpenSUSE, Gentoo, every Linux is being covered for Anaconda. Here, this finishes with your installation part. Now let me show you. I have splitted the roadmap of learning Python into 4 parts. Now let me show you how it works. Start with Jupyter Notebook. Part 1 says start with Jupyter Notebook. Why I am saying so? Why Jupyter Notebook only? Being a beginner, I suggest you to use Jupyter Notebook. In Jupyter Notebook, no doubt, when you install Anaconda, you will get many of the IDEs like Spider would also be there. But Jupyter Notebook provides you the privilege of using it like you accessing or you can say executing cell by cell, and that is really very important for a beginner to understand. Right now, basic arithmetic operations, then control and conditional structures are there. Looping, you must have read it in your previous classes also, programming classes like for loop, while loop, do while loop. Then input from the users, how to take input from the users. Now data types, as all the programming languages work on data types, you see here that Python, you being a user, you don't need to specify the data type there only, right? No doubt at the back end Python uses its different data types, but being a user or being a developer, you need not to worry which data type you must choose for your data. So data types are strings, integers, floats, as these were in other programming languages. Then the typecasting, how to convert from one data type to the other. Now my part 2 says focus on inbuilt data structures of Python. If I say inbuilt data structures of Python, these are lists, sets, dictionaries, tuples, functions in Python are also there. Many inbuilt functions are already provided in the Python. So that is the reason it is very user friendly, it is very easy to use, and this is the reason also that your code lines of code become so short here. Otherwise in other programming languages you need to type lines and lines of code, but here the lines of codes reduces just because of the functions and the libraries Python is providing us. Then I will cover iterators and generators, and I will teach you how to import libraries, the inbuilt libraries we have in Python. Then is the part 3. Part 3 is the OOPS concept. Now, what exactly is the OOPS concept? You must have heard of it in your previous classes like object oriented programming concepts. Yes, Of course, Python is also supporting OOPS concepts like classes, objects, methods, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction, encapsulation. And I suggest you guys, you need not to worry about, you need not to go through all these example by example. No, it's not like that. Simply choose two or three programs for classes, objects, methods, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction, encapsulation, and you will get to know how Python works. So this is really very important. You must know how methods work and how classes are working, right? Then libraries with Python. Now we have many and many libraries in the Python, but the basic libraries are NumPy, playing with arrays to set your data in matrices form, right? So it always plays with the arrays, NumPy, right? Then the pandas, you can fetch data from different sources. Pandas gives us the privilege, any file format, if your data is in any file format, be it JSON, be it Excel, be it CSV, it supports the fetching of data from any of the data source. Then is the matplotlib and seaborn. Both are for visualization purposes, but seaborn, I must say, seaborn gives an additional thing, that is the statistical tools support. Many of the statistical methods are also there in seaborn, which somewhere matplotlib is not providing, although both of these libraries provides you visualization. Then why we have scipy also. Now scipy is basically used for machine learning purposes, right? So if you go through step by step, three part 1, part 2, part 3, 4, you will get started with the Python, and after this you will be ready for advanced machine learning, and especially the exploratory data analysis, I must say. Paths towards specialization, if somebody wants to specialize in Python, right, there are three ways, right? Frameworks for web development. In frameworks for web development, you have the privilege of Flask, Django, Web2Py, TurboGears, and CherryPy. It's already there in the Python, right? Then the frameworks for building desktop applications, if you want to build your own desktop application, then Tkinter, Qt, Kiwi is there, right? Now, for further machine learning and deep learning, you have tensors, keras, and many other libraries are also there, right? So it is always recommended that, from my side, I must say that you should understand the Python in these following these steps: part 1, part 2, part 3, and 4, part 4. And after covering all these parts, you will definitely going to learn Python, and you will definitely going to specialize in any of your chosen area. I really hope this video solves your purpose. Do watch it. Thank you.